Good morning or afternoon or whatever it is, everybody. Welcome to today's update. It is, God, I don't even know. It's the 26th of August, Bank Holiday Monday here in the UK. And we got a little Bitcoin update for you today. So, we had the really decent move up. So on Thursday, I did kind of tell you it was going to happen, and that's what we were looking for. And we were feeling very bullish on Thursday, saying that everything was starting to line up for a breakout imminently, very much imminently. And it did happen literally like as soon as I started to do these tweets and these posts and alerts and all of that kind of thing. We started to get that move. And yeah, on Friday, we had that massive move up, which has taken us back close towards the POC of this whole range. Back towards like the midpoint of the range again. We're not saying that it's guaranteed like this is massively bullish right now. It's not quite the same as what we saw back in October, where it took out a lot of major short positions and basically invalidated any bearish argument. There is still the bearish argument here, with it potentially making another higher lower high. However, the breakout itself has been nice. This was an area in which I was looking to accumulate for the next leg up, and we have then had that. So when we're looking at this, it could still just be corrective, like with a ABC, and then we're looking at further down. However, at this stage, I do think it's fairly unlikely. I am looking for this to start to push up towards those new all-time highs as we go into starting to price in the inevitable rate cuts. So when we're looking at this now, we're actually just popping into a level that I have of interest. So I'm going to go down onto the very low time frames, and we do have a daily gap which has just been tapped. Okay, so this is the one from Saturday. We have taken out now our weekend lows. Literally within the past few seconds, those are the weekend lows that have just gone. That was an area that I was saying would look like a really good scalp long opportunity. What you want to see when you have these gaps is either you tap it and then you just bounce, right? Or if it's the other way around, you reject it immediately, or you seek to trade the whole way through it. So there's a couple of things that I am looking at here. I do think that, okay, there are a few wicks just over here that we could be looking at, but overall there's nothing too imbalanced from the move up that we had on Friday. This has simply just come in to take out those weekend lows and test that gap already here. So looks very interesting. What we've also done this morning, of course, is to fill the CME gap here. So we did have that little bit of a gap up on the CME. It was quite nice that we had this move on the Friday night. So it meant that there wasn't a big breakaway gap like we had previously. We did just see a little bit of a gap up, and we've since come back down to fill that. I do believe that this has the potential to go higher throughout maybe the rest of the day, the course of the week, but we'll see how things go here on this particular low and see what that gives us. Now, just going back onto these this time frame here. What else do we want to be looking at, really? That's the main thing. Okay, we had an impulse up. What we have been continuously doing is every time we get these impulses, they are retraced relatively quickly, right? So that gives us a daily gap that takes us back down to around about 61,800, a 4-hour gap that's around here at 62,300, and then we have these previous highs that it's broken out of at 62,750. So those are some other levels that we can be looking at below. We could also maybe be looking at this using your fibs and those kind of things, anchored VWAPs, if we're to look at where this really started to break, which was from that Friday, looking at maybe where that anchored VWAP is lying and seeing if this can get a bounce from there. We can see here that there is a bit more of a drop into it. So this is okay for now. This is an area that I would be looking to bid into. Like I say, there were a few wicks over here that are probably needing to be cleaned up first. But if this does get acceptance, because we're now seeing this, I'm not trading this, like a little just tap into it, it's a little bit too little to trade anyway. But if we do start to get acceptance within this gap, then I would expect this like little bit of a grind down to continue. But for me, that is an opportunity to be looking to bid within this area with the expectation that we can at the very least take out the monthly high. retest back into the monthly open or the weekly open over here. So looking like a nice drop down that we're seeing so far this morning. However, I still think that there's the potential for this to go higher, even though we did take out the those Friday highs last night here, just before our weekly open, and then that has subsequently seen a bit of a move down. I'm a bit all over the place with this video because things are happening as we speak. But in terms of my own positioning, I am long, right? I have my long positions from when we had that like big drop in August, had been adding size to that, added quite a bit more size to it on Thursday, anticipating the breakout. Since then, I have hedged into a short position. I didn't manage to get this high, but I was actually on, it was here, wasn't it? Yeah, we came back into the monthly open, and that was for me a really good opportunity to take a short position as like a bit more of a hedge against that long exposure, wanting to keep those longs open because I am looking at this being a bit of a grindy move up towards all-time high. There was also a very, very similar situation on Ethereum. I know we're not really here to talk about Ethereum as much, but where was it on Ethereum? Yes, we did take out, what were we looking at? Yeah, some significant highs over here. That isn't actually the chart I wanted to look at, but you get the idea, right? We took out this high, and after doing so and then sweeping the highs again over the weekend, that was a good opportunity for me to look for a short. But it's a similar situation on Ethereum, right? This so far is just coming back in to correct the imbalance that it had formed, and I would be looking for a little bit higher, probably up towards like 2,900 ish. But yeah, back to Bitcoin. What else is there we need to discuss? There isn't really anything more to say here. This is the area, if you're not long, you want to be looking for a reaction to try and scalp it. It does seem like we've just had that reaction now. So that being like the little sweep into the daily gap, cleaning up some of that, testing it for now, testing it, wicking into that area. And now for me, looking like this can then be the dip that then takes us towards another high as we go in towards the rest of the day. So it is literally as simple as that. If we react from this low right now, we're going back up and making another high again. If we get acceptance within the gap, and by that I mean at this stage 30-minute candles, we're looking to these levels below, okay, where you've got imbalance, single prints, those kind of things. But we're not expecting that for now, as long as this reacts. And that really is as simple as the update needs to be. I was going to do this in a little bit more planned, but as it's happening right now, that is it. That is the update. Altcoins are probably looking better. Okay, so if you're looking at this right now, being like, oh, I want to bid, I would imagine altcoins are looking better. We're going to carry on with the stream in just a second because altcoins have pulled back more. This is mainly a Bitcoin-led rally. Open interest looks good on Bitcoin. The volume, the liquidity looks good on Bitcoin. This is a waking up event by the look of things. The books are a lot thicker than they were. Market makers are back. Traders are back. Volume is coming back. So it is a Bitcoin-led move. And because altcoins will be seeing the bigger dip on something like this, like we've seen this morning, they're probably the ones to get the bounce, but you want to be out of those quickly and holding the Bitcoin long. I'm just going to wrap it up here because, yeah, we can probably move on and look at other stuff, but that is literally the update. We're seeing it right now. If there are any other levels above, like obviously you want to be looking to take profit. If we do take out the monthly high, as we go in towards the monthly close, I think seeing how this monthly level closes is going to be really interesting, because if this does continue to go higher, we're going to get just the most insane, like bullish reversal hammer candle that is likely going to launch this towards new all-time highs. I do have a pretty strong thesis of what is going to happen over the next few weeks, and I'm following a plan, and that plan at the moment is playing out very well. And yeah, we just wait and see what happens, right? Cool. I'm going to close this video, wrap it up here, hit the like button, do all of that kind of thing if you haven't done so. And I'll see you in the next one. Cheers. Bye-bye.